Yeah, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to my channel, Observe and Proceed. I react to videos, mainly police cams, chases, stuff like that. And today I have one that is in my hometown of the San Fernando Valley here in LA. I guess this happened on Saturday night. You know, Memorial Weekend was wild, apparently. And this happened Saturday night, so let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Sky Fox is over this police pursuit. We know very little. Maybe Justin O'Brien
very little,
more
but
information right now.
Notice they always say he's armed. They don't know if he's armed.
Who left a house party. What more can you tell us, Justin?
Left a house party. A lot of house parties out here.
Okay, so right now we're not in communication with Justin O'Brien as yet, but as you see there, when you look at the smart navigation, you get a sense for where we are in the Reseda area. That is Balboa Boulevard near Cavello Street. They're calling that Lake Balboa, so if you know where the park is, then you know where this pursuit. Oh my goodness, and this driver wants to get away and sped up quite quickly, going past a lot of traffic as it heads up Balboa Boulevard. Justin O'Brien, now we have you. You can tell us a little bit more about what police are up to.
He's on Balboa.
Yes, Susan, this pursuit started about 10 minutes ago.
So he's by the Van Nuys Airport.
East side of the 405 freeway, around Van Nuys area. There was a report of a shooting on that area, a person shot in the chest. Unsure whether this is connected, but you are correct.
Report of a
talking about
bro, they're just trying to like
police were
make this guy look like a real bad guy.
Through these intersections here, running
I don't believe he shot
red
somebody,
lights.
but I do believe like he's DUI trying to get away.
Car as he went along. They've actually believed that he may have thrown that weapon outside the vehicle, but he's been reaching speeds of up to 100 miles per hour here on these normal suburban streets where the speed limit is 45 miles per hour. Currently have 4 LAPD units in pursuit here, as well as the airship.
They just want to pin everything
now has gone into tracking mode because of the speeds. This gentleman's actually doing loops around this area. This is the second time he's taken this street here in Havenhurst. So
I was just on that street,
for the LAPD.
That's like a cut.
Here. They believe this
short
person
cut.
was armed, still could be armed.
You know, instead
so
of
they're
taking
all
Balboa.
precautions they can, Susan.
Right, so that he took a very sharp left turn there. Havenhurst and
there,
Roscoe is not far away from the airport, which also can complicate situations for you, Justin. Is that where you launched from? Is near Havenhurst and Roscoe?
Yeah, that's correct. Susan, we launched from Van Nuys Airport. Fortunately for us, this pursuit was happening very close.
In tracking mode, is that the hell?
Or Collet at this stage, but we do believe he lives in the valley and he keeps continuing to circle this area. The idea possibly he actually may be trying to head home, Susan.
Right, well that is the common trope that we often talk about, how oftentimes a pursued suspect will just go back to an area that they're familiar with.
The way he's driving looks like he's about to clip every car.
And
like,
this house party wasn't the house party supposedly in Van Nuys, so not very far from where we are right now. We picked up the chase closer to Reseda. We've watched as this car
it doesn't look like he has a plan. You're not going to get away in the valley, I'll tell you that. Look, he's going to oncoming traffic.
Okay, that was a pretty close
You're not getting away from the chopper in the valley. There's really nowhere to go. You got to get out of the valley.
Onto Plummer Street, and another car was coming in the opposite direction, and it looked as if, you know, he
trying to get some advice.
I
mean, if you hit me up, I'll be like, pull over, bro. Like, why are you giving yourself extra charges, bro?
Right now, not at too high of a speed, but we've definitely seen this car go from what would be a acceptable speed all the way up to 80 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour, as we watch the car now. And it, you know, it's interesting because the windows are now closed, but you were saying that the police and you, did you witness items being thrown out of the car?
He's got that old school Benz.
Yeah, Susan, police were saying that the person was throwing items out the vehicle, and they gave an intersection, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but they did say, hey, we believe that's where the article is. Article referring to a weapon, but they are still treating this as if this...
We have seen a couple of close calls, a couple of times when it seemed as if the car was going to be caught by traffic, but somehow has kept going. Meantime, when you think about it, it's 10:13 on a Saturday night. So at this area, in this area of the San Fernando Valley, there's not a lot of foot traffic, not a lot of foot traffic. Car traffic.
Depends
that was
where
an
you
interesting move there, Justin, where it
on a Saturday night, though,
could,
people aren't really out
outwit
around here.
the patrol cars behind.
Really
I'm going to make a right-hand turn. Just kidding. And then kept going.
It's a cool cut
along
in the valley.
Devonshire Street. And
he's on the 405 now.
We follow this. Oh, this is an on-ramp, is it not? This is an on-ramp onto the 405 freeway. 405
yes.
southbound.
Yes, that's correct. So this is the 405 southbound, just getting onto the freeway there. Yes, he.
Yeah, bro, you got to get out
really
the valley.
Knew the valley
You're not
well.
going to lose no one.
He decided not to go
in the
down certain streets, but he's jumped onto the freeway now, so it's unclear. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. We come up to the intersection here to the 101, where he decides to go. And we're just going to try to get a little closer to him, so we can actually try to have a bit of a look in that window there and see what the driver is doing. We saw a light there in his hand. It appeared to be that he had a cell phone, so he possibly could be talking to someone as he's driving here, reaching speeds of up to 178 miles per hour as he makes his way southbound here on the 405.
And at this point, Justin, we're thinking that there's only the driver in there. Is there any sense from police or any of the radio traffic that suggests there might be any passenger?
No, at this stage, they believe there's only one person in the vehicle, a man. Now, again, the whole idea they're pursuing him, believing, is because he had a gun. So they just said he may have left that party and somebody saw him get into a vehicle and had the gun. So
I just don't believe he had a gun, bro.
But the LAPD vehicles here, you can see
that
they got the
say that about
every
person
as he's
they
reaching
have no
speeds
proof.
there of over 100 miles per hour.
It's alleged.
Coming up to the to intersection here, I believe an off-ramp, staying on the freeway, getting back over there into the number one lane.
Gun, like,
and
why,
again, pretty light traffic here on
unless he's shooting
on a Saturday night, holiday weekend. So hopefully he's able to. I always say, hopefully he runs out of gas and this thing ends safe.
Hopefully he runs out of gas.
Well, these days,
when have we seen
fuel
that?
mileage and efficiency has gone up. That means
that cruiser, though,
he's
trying
just
to keep
refilled his gas tank. He can go for a very long time.
Maybe they learned their lesson about not letting these guys just,
so he's well aware that he's
go out by themselves and get that extra,
the night sun, rather,
that
up
extra
overhead
sprint
from the
to
police
get away,
helicopter.
like into a house,
and
or
that's the light that pretty much you're using, right? Skyfox uses, or it takes advantage of the fact that the night sun is overhead with the police helicopter. I like the fact that you're trying to, that's following, would ever be in this situation, but if I were being pursued by police, I think I'd want to stay on the freeway.
He's just going around the valley.
This
guy's local. He doesn't know
It gets a little bit more nerve-wracking when you're on a suburban street and you have to worry about opposing traffic, and you have to worry about how close those patrol officers are getting to you as you have to slow down to take those turns. So I always find it sort of interesting when they decide, okay, I'm going to get off the freeway. So now on Van Owen Street and Woodley, that's a fairly well-known intersection, but going up to 85 miles per hour in an area where you typically are not going that fast, and that car just blew past another car that was driving on this
He's going 90 on the street. That's kind of.
I'm trying to figure out exactly where they are now, where this driver is, but it is sort of interesting how quickly he's going
back
past
where we
other
started
cars.
the chase.
That's a green light, so he is technically following the rules of the road.
Looked like he clipped that car too, right there.
Yeah, I guarantee you that police officers will figure out lots of ways to charge him with traffic violations, along with just basic evading police. When you're being followed by police,
adding on the
lights and sirens, you need to pull over. But this guy is free for now, and so he's probably going on the idea. Is that a red light that he just passed through? Yes.
These newscasters, man.
That was a red light, Susan.
Man.
Yeah, red light there. Certainly trying to pick up speeds. LAPD officers, obviously, when they approach those intersections, they really have to slow down because they don't want to create an accident themselves. So that's why you see a bit of a gap opening up there between the pursuing LAPD vehicles and the obviously this gentleman, as we mentioned before, possibly
like clipping cars.
They saw him at a house party, as we understand.
What is this?
Openly reaching pretty high speeds here, 80 miles per hour, as he's making his way westbound again through here on Sherman Way. So really sticking to the valley with Lake Balboa in this area a little bit earlier, Suze.
Yes. So turning on to White Oak,
there's a cop just
I
parked
recognize
right
that
there.
Greenland Market. There's some good Korean barbecue in there, frankly, as it reaches the speeds of up to 60 miles per hour.
Yeah,
in
I was just right on the
I
street,
believe it's
bro.
closer
like,
to
it's
40 miles per hour. Do you know, Justin, for a stretch like this?
Yeah, I believe Pilot Dylan and I were just having a chat before, as we launched, because we heard about the speeds, and we live there 45 miles per hour, so he's certainly almost doing double as he makes his way through the valley here. And notice as he comes through those intersections, some of them are actually quite leveled, so he's almost getting airborne as he makes his way through there with a green light. Hopefully he's got a green light coming up here, because he's making his way 80 miles per hour. It's a darker stretch of the valley as we make our way north up towards the 118 freeway through the
Watching this silver or gray sedan, the original want is just the idea that this person, the driver, is believed to be armed. Justin was saying that there was a report of a shooting at a house party earlier that may or may not be connected, but at this time, police are not taking any chances, and so they are pursuing this driver and pursuing the driver with the idea that the driver now traveling on Satakoy in the Lake Balboa area, and this is an area that he's traveled before.
I don't know
We've already
was
seen
the
him
plan
in the Lake
here.
Balboa area, Reseda area, Van Nuys, and a little bit of Granada Hills. Oh, look at him! It looks as if he's turning onto a. Oh, he's back on Cavallo Street. He was already on that street once before. And now, Justin, it seems as if
he's just
the
killing
night sun
time,
is gone.
quite
Does that
honestly.
mean that
There's
the
no,
helicopter,
he has
police
no plan of
helicopter,
getting
has
away.
gone into tracking mode and perhaps is stepping back?
Yes, it appears that LAPD officers or the LAPD airship is still there. It's telling officers on the ground his location. They do have the night sun out, but they're not actually.
But we have already seen him on a lot of these streets already, and certainly in the Lake Balboa area. So it does appear to be a situation where this driver is familiar with this area. And
yeah, this is all he knows. Like, he doesn't know anything about this part of the valley.
Suspect oftentimes prefer to gravitate. They gravitate towards areas that the night sun is on at times now, Justin. And he's not driving as aggressively as he was earlier.
Looks like
he parked really nice right there.
Okay. So it's too bad we don't have the night sun, but he's stopped now. He's out of the
car. Oh man, he's fat as hell, out of shape.
Now the night sun is on, and on him.
Bro, you ain't outrunning the cops. But see, this is why they gotta be on his tail. They would have got his ass right there, bro.
Yep.
Now,
he's running through the alley.
Definitely
knows the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right. He appears to be running towards a business here. That's a service station, I believe, or some type of business, a smoke shop.
Oh, no, that's
a
bar.
Pilot Dylan, if he can swing us around, or it appears to be
a bar, bro. He's going into the bar.
I tell you, the way he was running there, he's not a marathon runner. I can tell you
yeah, I know exactly where that's at, bro.
He might actually know the people here in this shop.
It's not a shop, it's a bar.
We're going to try to make our way around to the back of the store, because that appears to where
it's a local bar in Reseda.
Well, he was
I know some people that frequent that bar.
Yeah, I think he would be pretty recognizable. It won't be long before
he ran in for a drink, bro.
He can.
Look at these fools right here posted up like, oh shit, we're on the news.
Is that a bar of some kind?
Yeah, pogos.
Next to the smoke shop?
Oh, let's get inside. Let's get inside. They're gonna think it was us. They're smoking a blunt.
Just the way that the people are reacting there may have actually been on call. I believe he ran into here. To be that door there, if that door is unlocked, that's where he ran. He ran into that corner, so unclear whether he went into the bar.
He definitely went into the bar. That's funny, bro.
As he ran towards them,
which
maybe indicate that he actually may have known the people who told them that he was coming.
Nah, he knows he's getting caught. He knows he's getting. He just wanted to get really wasted before he goes in.
Well, that is.
They're going to be telling this story at this
LAPD
bar for a
arriving now
while.
on scene. We see multiple patrol cars
That's funny
already
that
arriving.
He went there.
The black and whites. You don't really want to see that on a Saturday night when you're a bar patron. But if I were them, I would get out and with hands up. Oh, look, they're pointing.
Shut up,
yeah, I went that
they don't
way.
Care. They know him.
Oh, no. Now a guy's pointing the other direction. But, yeah, this is the address here is 17314 Satakoy Street. And we've noticed a couple of people pointing in the direction of the door, suggesting he is inside that bar.
Yes, they're suggesting that LAPD actually believe he may have walked into the smoke shop here. But you would think that hopefully some pretty honest people here tonight that might actually help LAPD out and just tell him where did he go, save everybody a little bit of time and maybe even a little bit of safety. But certainly they got this area fully locked down now, so I can't imagine this gentleman getting away.
He's not getting
Probably
away.
If they have to, they're going to just empty that bar and they're going to go room to room till they find him.
Bar and the smoke shop, right? If the smoke shop is open and that door appears to suggest it is.
No, it's not open, lady. Well. It's not
Meantime,
open.
like, I would not want to be a bar patron today.
Why?
I just would not. Like, I need to get home, so no, sorry. Everybody's got to.
What do you think he's gonna do?
We finish our investigation.
What does this lady think he's doing? He's a terrorist.
Every room to find.
He's gonna hold everyone hostage. What is this? What's up with this lady?
Yeah. Bit of a,
all these newscasters are weird, bro.
People at the bar tonight, they probably came out just for a drink.
Like, who's telling them to say this nonsense?
LAPD here getting a team together to actually go inside. Yeah, it's going inside the smoke
shop. People there are trying to snitch on him. Like, oh, you're headed to the smoke shop.
In the meantime, a couple of young ladies going,
look, they're clowning the cops.
But no, I really don't want to be a part of it.
I think they do, lady.
As well, they shouldn't.
They do. To them, this is fun.
Correct. Just coming around to the front to have a bit of a look here to get a different angle. But certainly they've gone into the back there, so hopefully they might bring him out shortly if he is inside there.
Meantime, how many patrol cars?
He's acting like this guy
Justin,
blew
how
up
many
like
black and whites do you see? I see a couple of motorcycle. I don't know if they're officers or just people who are patrons of this bar.
Yeah, we're looking at about a half a dozen officers, so half a dozen vehicles. I apologize. It's about 12
Some
to
random
14
dude ain't even
officers
a
on
news.
scene
This
here.
dude's just setting up his cam. Like, oh, I got this
They're going to
footage.
call in extra officers just to make
bar.
sure that they have enough people, enough officers on hand to make sure they can control the crowd. They believe that he was not in the smoke shop, so now they actually are talking about clearing the bar. And there was an indication that from the angle that he was running, he actually appeared to be running towards that steel door. So we'll have to wait and see. Now,
they finally realize they're getting played. The dude's in there getting drunk. This girl been lying to them the whole
Lake
time.
Balboa area in the valley.
Guy's a local, bro.
So meantime, those motorcycles, the riders
place.
were just civilians. They were not police officers.
Oh, he's in
and
here?
You see there all the LAPD that are talking to people, including this woman who's gesticulating, but clearly they're not really interested in her, but they're going to have to go into that bar carefully. Now remember,
shut up.
The suspicion is that this driver is armed. So they're
he is
going
not
to
armed, bro. He threw everything out
the car. As they do every time, but in particular because they have a sense that this driver may still have a weapon.
Like they
yes,
always
we
do.
talked
They
about
say
the
this
fact
about
that he opened a window
chased.
as he was driving away and threw an item out
Yeah,
the
so
window.
he still has that
police
on him,
never,
right, lady?
Make that decision that that's enough for them. Instead, they're going to think, just in case, that they've got to approach this guy very carefully, and the whole room.
Shut up! Like, just can you stop talking?
It'll be interesting to see whether or not they just call everybody out of the bar into that parking lot, or as you said, Justin, maybe it's a matter of getting the backup that they need before they do something like that. But it's Saturday night. That bar's probably pretty well, populated.
Fun.
We see a little bit of activity in the front there, but no police.
Yes, LAPD do have the area here shut down. You got officers
there's police
certainly
everywhere.
keeping an eye on the front door there. Certainly this is probably a very popular watering hole out here in the valley. The LAPD officers are actually working out a plan now to get everybody out of the bar, be taken into custody safely, if in fact he is in the bar. Again, there was
it's not really a packed
as we
bar.
come back around
like
Skyfox into the backyard.
I wouldn't go there
Or the parking lot of this bar. There was a door there, a steel door, and possibly if that was unlocked, he may have actually went in there. And you know, I've got to tell you, you know, I'm a pretty straight up and down dude, Susan, as you know, and I'm surprised none of these guys actually just telling the PD that, hey, he's in the bar, he's in that area there.
No one's
and,
gonna
let's
snitch.
get this over and done with so we can get back inside and
That's
have a drink.
That's not culture around here, bro.
Yeah, perhaps there are people who
valley,
are,
bro.
you
It's
know,
LA.
indicating we know where he is, but at the same time, police are going to still approach this gingerly and make sure that they're safe when they do enter the bar, especially if that suspect has the advantage wherever, whatever. But you never know. Maybe he's very familiar with this space and knows where to go to hide.
He's hiding in the
We lost
bathroom
transmission, excuse me, briefly with Justin as we keep an eye on. Oh wait.
That looked like him.
Yep, Susan, if you can hear me, yeah, Susan, we got him. He's coming out the door now.
Yep,
Yeah,
I just saw a little
exactly
peek
like
of
that
what I
dude
thought
running.
was the suspect. Was he there in the door?
Yeah, there he is.
There's the suspect, and he's already cuffed.
Oh,
and
you
he's
look
coming
wasted
out now.
already. You got his
All right,
drink
Justin
in. He got a
O'Brien,
good
thank you
10
very
minutes
much,
to get a drink
tracking
in.
this pursuit, a successful end to a police pursuit in the San Fernando Valley.
Oh, they got
their
him.
Suspect.
They got him. I mean, there was no plan. He was just trying to get drunk. Just caught my eye because it was right here locally. Hey, they're going to be talking about him in that bar for who knows how long. But bro's going to be doing some time. It is what it is. Anyway, please like, please subscribe. Observe and proceed. I'm out. Have a blessed one.